Hello there, Common Wolfram here. Nintendo's 2022 has been a year which started seemingly normal with an early February Nintendo Direct, the reveal of a new Pokemon generation 3 years after the last one, but then decided to be 2020 Bot 2, so the sequel. And all tied to the cancellation of both physical and then digital E3 2022. Luckily, with September and PAX West, Nintendo is back with their first big physical presence since 2020. With it, more is pointing to a September Nintendo Direct than ever before, so be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press that notification bell, and let's continue. What is the September Nintendo Direct for? Same as last year, 2019 and 2018. Updating Nintendo Switch Online and filling out this big first-party hole after September 9th to spring 2023. One that currently only has Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Friday, November 18th. Then when is the perfect time for this Direct? Truth to be told, Thursday, September 1st, giving one proper last push for Splatoon 3 prior to release, and it also coincides 2 days before PAX West, the first event Nintendo provides a playable public booth for since another PAX, but that was East in 2020. PAX West is also the site of the Splatoon 3 Invitational, so it is clear that this is the week that Nintendo has decided that we return to normality, and nothing would signal it more than a Nintendo Direct 2 days prior on Thursday, September 1st, less than half a year since the last general one on February 9th. Thursday, September 8th is also an option to achieve this goal, but at that point Splatoon 3 is already out in Australia and Japan. Also, the release of Splatoon would have been completely overshadowed by the big reveals in this presentation, so it is either the week before Splatoon or the weeks after for a general September Direct. Which leaves us with Thursday, September 15th or the day before, and Thursday, September 22nd or the day before, as Thursday, September 29th is cutting it a little too close to third-party October. The 15th is a possibility, but after what happened last year when the September Direct aired on Thursday, September 23rd, which stood in contrast to the first half of September Directs in 2017, 2018 and 2019, we should be prepared for the latter. So Thursday, September 22nd or the day before that. This would fit as it is around a month away from the release of Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope and Bayonetta 3. Now, how will a show during these 2 dates in contrast to Thursday, September 1st impact what we will see in a general Nintendo Direct itself? Well, mostly the amount of time dedicated to Splatoon and a heavier focus on the games releasing at the end of this year and the first half of next year. Note that here we find Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, when the Pokemon Company is doing the open world marketing of Gen 9 completely on their own. Could the spring 2023 title thus be here as many hope and anticipate? Both yes and no. Yes, since the release will be around 6 months away by the time of the next general Nintendo Direct, and no because of potential hardware upgrades, which will not be revealed until at the earliest the beginning of next year. Nintendo's president Shuntaro Furukawa has made it clear that there will be no new hardware reveals in the rest of 2022, and this could impact when Breath of the Wild 2 is shown again. If this game is launching day and date with new powerful TV hardware, whether that be a new model or successor, then Nintendo could hold the game back in order to market for it. Hopefully, the need of not impacting the holiday sales of the current Switch models will not hold the sequel back from the spotlight in 2022, but it is certainly a possibility. Even so, you don't have to wait until potentially 2023 to upgrade the visual performance of your Nintendo Switch. Since MClassic, the graphics card upgrade for your consoles, can already do that for a lower price than a Switch Pro will ever be. It couldn't be simpler to use, just connect the provided HDMI cable into your Switch dock, but instead of taking the other end into your TV, connect it into the MClassic, and then connect another HDMI cable between it and the TV. Also, you can upgrade your Switch TV game experience to high resolution, and especially on high resolution screens thanks to the processing power and especially the anti-aliasing provided by this tiny device. The result is a visible but organic upgrade on the Switch, but also other consoles with our full HD resolution outputs. Including for Breath of the Wild, a game running at 900p natively, and the sequel which we still don't know the technical specifications of on the current Nintendo Switch models. Thus, hardware marketing in 2022 Switch holiday sales is a key question when asking when we'll see Breath of the Wild 2 again. Well, that and whether Nintendo decides to bring the Wind Waker HD and or Twilight Princess HD as the Zelda release or releases of 2022. Naturally, in the instance that there's no Breath of the Wild sequel in this Direct and only another reconfirmation that it is coming out in spring 2023 and also will not be further delayed, Nintendo might say that while you wait for more information, here are the 2 last Ganondorf games up to its return in Breath of the Wild 2. The strategy is genius, as it replicates that of Skyward Sword HD's reveal in 2021, only this time deep into the second half of 2022, allowing for the release of potentially 2 Zelda classics for the first time in proper on-dock play and market these properly. It makes sense as the Wind Waker is turning 20 years old this year, and with Twilight Princess HD are the easiest Wii U to Switch ports left for Nintendo. An early December release, or maybe even earlier than that, is a possibility, all before the return of the marketing of Nintendo's biggest release. Replacements that before the delay might have been planned for 2023, but which are instead now 2022 releases. They were there, ready for an emergency 2022 release, unlike the long-wanted Oracle remakes, but they might have a different role to play in this direct. Even so, the Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are only the beginning of a list of titles that can be considered to be finished and which Nintendo could reveal at any moment. Metroid Prime Remake comes to mind, as Metroid Prime is also turning 20 years old, and with Prime 4 coming in either late 2023 or sometime in 2024, this is the perfect time to introduce a new generation to first-person Metroid. If you're lucky, we might even get our first glimpse of Metroid Prime 4. The return of these two games, that is to say Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4, are especially hard to predict, as we know that Nintendo's aim is to get as much as possible out of the Switch and extend its life cycle if possible with a more powerful model. Up to now, we have seen an upgrade of battery, on-dock display, sound, and build quality, which is traditional for Nintendo handhelds. The final evolution left for the console is the TV resolution and frame rate upgrade. One that Nintendo has never done before, but where they don't have to, as both PlayStation and Xbox have tested the waters out for them with the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. If Nintendo pulls this move, then they might hold their two big graphical showcase titles back until the reveal of said model. But what would Nintendo replace the absence of the upcoming Zelda and Metroid titles in this direct? We have already given you the answer. So which brand new game will Nintendo reveal in this direct, since it is a given that we will see more of Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope and Bayonetta 3 prior to their October releases. A game that has leaked with screenshots and descriptions. Next Fire Emblem. It has been well over 3 years since the release of Three Houses, and with Warriors 3 Hopes now out for over 2 months at the time of a September Nintendo Direct, the time has come to reveal a new game. Probably coming out summer 2023, so 4 years after Three Houses, this is the moment to open this direct with a sign that yes, we mean business in 2023 outside of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. The popularity of Fire Emblem has in the last decade surpassed that of Metroid, and it is clear that a new installment coming out to a system with more sold units around the world than the total population of Japan will only solidify how this game is the perfect candidate to say, we know the general Nintendo Directs have been away for half a year, so here, let's open with a brand new game. Then we'll probably see Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope with another trailer, but for a very good reason. This is after reminding about the other third-party games coming out in October, the Wind Waker HD and or Twilight Princess HD reveals, potentially the 1-2 Switch controversial sequel, and maybe even a too big for indie world title, we could get two things in the later half of the direct. First of these is the all but revealed Game Boy and Game Boy Advance Switch Online edition. This one could be for the regular Switch Online subscription, but more likely will be tied to the expansion pack, giving yet another reason to upgrade. All in order to play the Zelda Oracle games in upscaled Game Boy quality before a proper HD remake, which might first release in 2024 or later. And naturally, the best handheld Zelda, Game Boy Advance the Minish Cap. And most likely, both will be releasing at the same time. Oh, and let's not forget the game right after it, Four Swords. But there's far more than Zelda, as Game Boy introduced beloved franchises with multiple releases so far on the Switch, including this year, namely Kirby and Pokemon. Kirby for the nostalgia and the 30th anniversary concert, which recently took place, and we also got Dream Buffet, but Pokemon for the first 3 generations, which up to now have not been playable on the Nintendo Switch. Meaning that with the Gen 4 remakes of Diamond and Pearl, the Switch will have over half of the Pokemon generations playable on one system, leaving only Gen 5, 6, and 7 to potentially join at a later stage, depending on how much life is left in the Nintendo Switch from 2023 and onwards. You also have Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission, but it is clear that the big focus in a Game Boy expansion will be on Zelda and Pokemon, with so many titles on the 2 handheld systems. Literally, they can say play these classics today before the upcoming $60 Pokemon and Zelda releases in the end of 2022 and first half of 2023. Though aren't we forgetting someone? Apart from the unexpected surprises that most general Nintendo Directs have, Mario, obviously. We had the Super Mario Land duo on the Game Boy, followed by the Wario Land games on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and also the first Mario vs Donkey Kong. In other words, a very solid start, especially if this segment transitions right into one we haven't seen in a year. Shigeru Miyamoto with the Super Mario movie, which just like Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 was delayed to spring 2023, earlier this year. We're ready to see Chris Pratt's true Mario impression, and the rest of the English-speaking gang, or simply watch the movie in Japanese with English subs. Joking aside, ending the September Direct with the first teaser trailer of the movie would be a fun and entertaining way, and a nightmare for everyone reacting to the Direct due to copyright claims. With that being said, ending a video game related Direct with a movie trailer is not the right move. Unless in the end of the trailer, Nintendo transitions the movie into the reveal of a movie tie-in game coming out most likely sometime after the movie premiere. It is a possibility, as this is Nintendo's biggest non-game project ever, along with the Super Nintendo World theme parks, which for now are Mario exclusive, but are already planned to have a Donkey Kong expansion. With that being said, once again hardware plans at Nintendo could prevent the tie-in game from being revealed in September instead of in the beginning of 2023, but just a movie trailer would be odd. Or maybe it isn't a movie tie-in game, but the first taste of Super Mario Odyssey 2 or the next 3D Mario game. No matter what, we will be happy if in September we get a Nintendo Direct with mainline Nintendo owned and exclusive games, something Metroid and Zelda, update to Switch Online, and some surprises, while naturally also hoping for new game reveals, and seeing Breath of the Wild 2 return. If you agree, then be sure to comment your thoughts, and if you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell to not miss any of our upcoming Zelda, Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Direct videos. Last but not least, a big thanks goes to you for watching and to all our patreon.com/Cameron patrons, and in particular our role producer Charles Shesh. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.